Welcome, folks, and welcome to another edition of Premier League Preview. Proudly brought to you by GigaWin. Just go to www.gigawin.io and place your bet. On this episode, another episode, we'll see what's going on. There's, transfer news. Teams are buying players. Teams are looking for, places to fill in terms of, their philosophy. Teams are rejecting deals. Boys are going to Saudi Arabia, and we are here, previewing the Premier League for Giga. We have four games on this episode, 4 games to dissect, and games with implication. We have big game in the EPL every weekend. Instead of saying that big game, they come like they flow like waterfall. Because we have Arsenal against Man City this weekend. That's the biggest when it comes to the games in Europe. And we have other 3 games we are going to dissect. Let's start from Bournemouth against Liverpool. This is one of a big game as well. 2 informed side because of what Bournemouth did to Nottingham Forest over the week. It was crazy. Person where thief for should deserve no chop beating like this. It was a proper performance by Bournemouth against Nottingham Forest, and they are coming with 11 unbeaten run, 7 wins, 4 draws. So Liverpool have to be wary. They lost their first game in the Champions League over the week, but of course you can understand that the likes of Van Dijk, the likes of Diaz, the likes of Salah was not in the game, but it's a setback when it comes to this psychology and confidence of the other guys. 2 losses at home this season for Bournemouth, so they have an impeccable home record. So, and they play again, they destroyed a team that have actually been one of the thorn in the flesh of Liverpool this season, talking about Nottingham Forest. They couldn't win them this season, 1 draw and a loss at home at Anfield. So it looks like it's going to be a tough game. But by start, it looks like Liverpool have a better start, 11 wins in 12 games against Bournemouth. But the Bournemouth of this season, the Bournemouth we are seeing now is a Bournemouth with huge potential and in form. So if they want to continue to, 6-point gap over, Arsenal, they need to win this game away from home. This is a big test because lack of Kluivert, lack of Semedo, these guys are incredible for. So let's see what Salah and the guys will bring to the table against Bournemouth. Let's move away and talk about Nottingham Forest against Brighton. We talk about Nottingham Forest because they're in the mix. They're in the top 4, and we need to talk about them. But because the top 4 is like a trophy, according to Arsene Wenger. And what happened to Nottingham Forest against Bournemouth? They want to return to winning ways. And there is no better way to do it in front of a fan and tell them, yes, we lost against Bournemouth, but we can do something this time around again and continue our chase for top 4. They're playing against the Brighton side, who are not bright anyway. Since they won against Man United, they've been a shadow of themselves. For Nottingham Forest, they have a good home record, 5 wins in 6. So Brighton have to be worried because Brighton have so many internal problems because as we are talking about the transfer gossips, Saudi Arabia are on the neck of Mitoma to sign a deal for them in Saudi Arabia. Another game we were talking about is Manchester United against Crystal Palace. We'll talk about Manchester United because they have been in good form. I think 4 wins on the row, 4 wins in 5 games. So it looks like they have turned the corner and they are understanding the philosophy, the 3-4-2 formation under their new coach, Ruben Amorim. And that's a good one, 4 wins in 5 games. And of course, they are looking for a left back because if you look at the left wing side of Man United, has been a worry for all coaches. Luke Shaw have not been fit. Can't play games because of fitness. Malaysia just came back from injury after like 1+ years out. So it looks like they need someone in that place. And of course, it looks like they're almost close to D of Doku coming from Lille. So let's see if that one will give Amorim another chance to continue to, put his philosophy into the player. The only problem for Man United is Rashford, who, Amorim have come out to say if he wants to join the team, he needs to do training, he needs to be back in training and back in fully for them to retain him as, as a player. So for Crystal Palace, decent side, they've been playing well, the likes of Arteta, likes of, the guys that are in Keita and Co. And of course, very easy. They need to do something. Man United have not been flourish at home this season, but with the form under Amorim, it looks like recently, Man United, we have this one. So let's move to the last game of the weekend, talking about our Premier League preview, brought to you by Giga Win, Arsenal versus Man City. The funny thing about this fixture is this. For the past 4 or 5 seasons, Arsenal have been on the underdog against Man City. And Arteta have found a way to play a defensive formation against Man City because they are always rampant. In the second half of the season, since 2022-2023 season, they've lost 1 in 40 games. So their form from January is always crazy. So Arsenal have always played a defensive kind of football. But this time around, we are seeing another side of Man City. They are not been flourishing. They are not been, that good. And how will Arteta set up his team against Man City? They are actually very good at home. Talking about Arsenal, they are unbeaten in the Premier League this season so far. They are 5 unbeaten run, in all competitions. And of course, Man City will have to test their title credentials at the Emirates. Remember what Aston Villa did to them. So if they want to win the title, they need to win Man City, who are not in good form. So, like I said, Man City, they are back in form. They have been winning games, and therefore they secured their Champions League spots in the playoff against Club Brugge, where everybody thought they are going to struggle. One go down, and they won that game 3-1. And Foden is back in good form. So, for Arsenal, they need to think about the formation they're going to play against this other side of Man City. Haaland, like you guys know, I've signed 10-year, extension when it comes to contract. So let's see how this game will pan out. So we did Bournemouth against Liverpool, Nottingham Forest against Brighton, Man United against Crystal Palace, and the big one, Arsenal against Man City. That's our Premier League preview for this weekend. Don't forget to follow us across our social platform, very straightforward, on Twitter, Puja Media, for all your news, for the home front, domestic news, international news, opinions. And if you want to play our 10 plus odds on Twitter as well, just go to betcoach_ng and I have 1.5 goals that drop every weekend, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday on Puja Odds. Don't forget, this is brought to you by gigawin.io. Make sure you go to our description button, click the link and register on the landing page and place your bets. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Things are coming on board. Things are coming on board is in the cooler. So we open the cooler very soon. And I know you guys will love the content we are cooking on our podcast. Like you guys know, my name is Sulaiman Adebao. What fans call me Puja. Like I always say, the higher the risks, the higher the expected return. May our ticket be green. Bye for now.